So we often look at life and we divide it up into all of these different categories, right? Like we say, my child, my spouse, my boss, my coworker, the stranger on the street, right? We separate and label, and there's utility in that. And we give some people more value and others less. We think one person is ours and another is other. But behind all the faces, behind all the roles, there's only one being. Let me go into this. What if every single person you meet, your child, your partner, your friends, even the person you think of as your enemy, just say it's God playing the cosmic game. So this game has a name in the Vedic tradition. It's called Leela. So Leela means the divine play. It's the unfolding of the universe as a drama, where the one consciousness expresses itself as many. So to be clear here, I'm defining God as in the tantric understanding. God's not a person, not an old man in the sky, not a being separate from us. God is this consciousness itself. It's limitless, beginningless, endless. It's the ground from which all forms arise and into all which all these forms also dissolve. So God is the ocean, and every wave, or every child, spouse, boss, stranger, is a temporary expression of that vast ocean of awareness. So to recognize this is to see through the illusion of separation and glimpse the deeper and truer nature of reality. Excuse me. So back to Leela here. So imagine it, think of it like this. You're playing hide and seek with yourself, okay? You are the seeker and the hider. You put on a mask, you play a role, and for a time, you forget who you truly are. You become the boss, the spouse, the coworker, the child, right? You become the homeless man asking for change. You become the parent working 3 jobs. You become the saint, the sinner, the hero, the villain, right? And then when the mask is lifted, you remember it was all you the whole time. So this is what Leela points us toward. It says that the infinite consciousness, God, Brahman, at the ground of being, presence, has chosen to experience itself in an infinite variety of forms, not because it needs to, but because this expression is part of its expression, its nature. So the way fire naturally gives off heat, consciousness naturally gives off creation. And here's the challenge, I think. We forget. We get so wrapped up in the roles, in the dramas, that we mistake the costume for the actor. We think our child is just a child. We think our boss is just a boss. We think a stranger on the street is just a stranger. But if you can see, even for just a moment, even for a breath, that all these forms are God playing, then something shifts in you. You stop seeing people only through the narrow lens of their personality, their flaws, their habits, right? Of the image you hold of them. And you begin to see through the divine spark underneath. You see that divine spark underneath. And that doesn't mean you ignore the personality. Your child still needs guidance. Your boss might still be demanding. The homeless man still needs food. We don't bypass the human reality. We hold it. We meet it. But we meet it with a much deeper recognition. And when you see your child, you can remember, here is God choosing to play in the form of innocence, curiosity, growth. When you see your spouse, you can remember, here is God choosing to play the dance of intimacy, challenge, and devotion. When you see your boss, you can remember, here is God choosing to play as authority, pressure, sometimes friction. And when you see someone suffering, asking for food or a change, you can remember, here is also God choosing to play the part of vulnerability, as need, so that love can awaken in you as compassion. So Leela isn't random, it's purposeful. It's how love learns to know itself. Because if everything is God, then love is not just an emotion, it's the very recognition of unity. Love is when we see past the costume, past the surface, past the personality, past the narrative, past the trauma, into the truth of what's really there. And it takes a lot of effort. And it can be very powerful. That's why love is so powerful. Love isn't blind. It's the clearest vision possible. It's seeing God in all forms while still engaging with the unique mask that the form is wearing. So the child still gets tucked in at night, right? And the spouse still gets listened to with patience. The boss still gets your professionalism. The homeless man still gets your compassion in the form of a meal, a coin, a smile, some kind words, a conversation. But in all of it, you remain awake to the deeper play. You don't lose yourself in the drama. You see the actor behind each role. And this changes how you live. It has to. Right? Life stops being a struggle against others and becomes a dance with yourself, appearing everywhere in everything. So the next time that you look in the eyes of someone or anything, right, or look at anything, just pause and look a little deeper and see if you can recognize the spark that's there. It's the one looking back at you is the same one looking at you or through you. That's Leela. That's the play. That's love in its most sincere and truest form. Just remember, right, with this, everything is God. Every face you see is God in disguise. Every interaction is an invitation to remember who you really are, just love itself, awareness itself, the player and the play, all at once.